Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your October reading, general reading. And October's come off with a bang. I do say so myself. So we're going to get directly into the reading. I've done some shuffling. I'm using the Before Tarot. I will be clarifying, of course, with La Vida Sibila. And we'll be pulling a Golden Nostradamus card to wrap up the reading. So let me get the camera situated here. I'll put another quick shuffle and rifle on these, and then we will lay the cards, okay? All right. I don't know why this deck feels so thick. All right, here we go. 9 cards down. The Ace of Swords. That's really interesting. The Four of Cups. The Knight of Cups. That's interesting. The Magician. Okay. The Eight of Wands. The Hanged Man. The Knight of Swords. So now I have 2 knights here, a Knight of Cups and a Knight of Swords. This is interesting. You know, this was some kind of proposal or offer, or the idea that one was in the offing or that it was coming. The Lovers. Wow. And the Empress. I don't know what's going on in this spread, but I tell you what. So 2 court cards, 2 knights, both of them going in opposite directions, although one of them at a complete standstill, stopping to receive this cup, pick up a cup. This Ace of Swords is related to the sword that the Magician is wielding, and the one that this Knight of Swords is also wielding. I think if I had there's a monkey there in the center of it, holding that pentacle. For some reason, the Chinese monkey, zodiac, came up when I first saw that. So I don't know exactly what the years are. So you can go on and look up the years for the Chinese zodiac for the monkey. I think that's something pertinent. It may give you a person's birth date, may tell you who that is. It's this Four of Cups along with this Empress card. Because here in this depiction, the Empress is not pregnant, but she has 2 kids on her lap. Yeah? There is the Dove of Peace arriving. She seems quite comfortable. Maybe she is pregnant. I don't know, but I don't think so. What's underneath the deck? The Five of Pentacles. Well, somebody feels as though they've been left in the cold. I think that is the situation. But For me, when I see that card, it basically says that, if you stop feeling sorry for yourself, and I know sometimes depending on the situation that can be, difficult, um, that there is a light of hope, a place where you can go, or a place where you can find respite, or assistance, so to speak. So I have one, two, three, four major arcana cards here. One, two, three pip cards, and two knights. Two knights will usually speak to doubting the sincerity of a male friend. What I find interesting about this card is that sword is stuck in the side of the mountain. Normally, when we see the Ace of Swords, we see that it's upright with the crown and the holly and the wreath and everything hanging off of it. And I've seen that card show up when there's an actual marriage proposal put forth. But this one is stuck in the side of the mountain. I want to see something, because there's something about this magician. If I'm not mistaken, in the regular deck, the magician has the snake is a belt around his waist. The power to transform, but also the power to trick and deceive. But here he has the snake around his neck. And I can't. Yes. There, he's got the snake around his waist, which is another symbol, I think, not necessarily of the Ouroboros, because the Ouroboros will usually show the snake entwined upon itself and eating itself. But yeah, he's got the tail clasped in his mouth. In this depiction, we see that a hand has come out to offer a cup. Instead of a wand, he is wielding a sword. His wand is on the table. He has the actual Ace of Wands is in his hand. And there, of course, the pentacle is being held by the monkey. So there's something about that that doesn't quite sit with me. As well, he's got both of his feet. Only one's tied, but both of them are up. Normally we see that is in a figure four, the configuration of his legs. Nevertheless, we still see that he has the corona around his head. On the top of this post or wand or staff or cross are these two blackbirds, harbingers of bad news. Crows. I do feel there was some message or news that has come in. And there's just something about this. This came up in another reading. That looks like an embryo to me, even though it's a nuke, but it looks like an embryo. And normally we see the Eight of Wands flying through the air from this angle across, aimed at nothing. Here they're aimed up in a direction and they're pointed here at this figure of I don't know if it's a cloud or if it's but it just kind of reminds me of an embryo. So I'm not exactly sure what is happening here with this. So let me get get the book out, and we're going to give you the quick interpretations. Then I'm going to give you the meanings of them sitting next to these four arcana cards. This says, claim your power and use it for good. Now that's what it says. And maybe this is what this is. Someone's claiming the power, wanting to use it for good. There's something about the magician I can't quite put my finger on, that I don't think it's being used for good. Okay? Four of Cups. There's just something about that magician. You might be tempted to eat or drink your feelings. Do not overindulge your emotions. Hmm. Uh, uh, uh. You might be a victim of hero worship. Makes sense. Now it's starting to make sense. This is about someone that you are close to. Perhaps you do have some type of, if not romantic connection to, but definitely you have an emotional connection to this individual. And I think this individual has, in some way, been able to weave a spell. And I think that's about to, I don't know what the word is for lack of a better term. That's about to be pierced. I think the truth is about to come forward. It says that thoughts move at the speed of light and the hand is quicker than the eye. Hmm. Eight of Wands. You are about to be inundated with news and information. You might need to answer questions or make decisions. Pay attention so that you can be clear in your response. It hasn't come yet. This could be the delay. Uh, we are under a Mercury retrograde. So there is definitely some news. It is this previous what is going on. I think you have an idea of somebody being a certain way or a certain, I don't know, but that's not, because sometimes he can show up as the trickster. Okay. Knight of Swords. Um, Actually, I read the Eight of Wands. Let me get to the Hanged Man. So this is pretty much in the balance. It says you see the world from a viewpoint that is radically different from the norm. Your perspective and your thoughts are important and need to be expressed. Well, always. Knight of Swords. Lead the charge in the fight of your ideals. Even if others do not follow your lead, they will be impressed by your bravery. Well, uh, you know, unless you're fighting for the wrong thing, right? The Lovers. Trying to see if I have any repeater numbers. I do not. I have a 1, a 3, a 4, a 6, an 8, and 14. There's a 5 over there. Hold on, so let's just see. The Lovers. Don't lose your footing when a soulmate sweeps you off your feet. Oh, well, that's provocative. You deserve to live in a beautiful space that makes you happy. Prepare a place at home where you can express your creativity. Seated on a cushioned throne and engraved with the astrological glyph of Venus, she rests her golden scepter, a symbol of her earthly realm, on the arm of her throne. Her children sit in the lap of luxury. Her son and daughter represent hope for the future. Undressed, it represents a sign of their purity and innocence, the two children. Well, I don't know about that. A light in the darkness. You are not meant to stand outside in the cold. seek shelter from the storm. Even a flicker of light can guide you to a better place. But look, what's underneath here? You know, I could be wrong, but maybe this is saying that someone is coming. I could be wrong. But there's something about this magician. Someone is coming to, I don't know what, take you away, whisk you away, but the card is warning you not to lose your footing, yes? You are about to set sail. The voyage could be a literal journey or a metaphorical one. Well, we know that. The only difference is these are two different females. That's the Empress. That doesn't look like an empress, right? She's not dressed in her finery. Let me take a look at this magician card. You know, and the other thing is here with this Lover's card, normally both of these figures are standing. But here we see the female reclining and the male standing over. He's in a position of dominance. Okay? Even though he's extending his hand out. As if to say, come with me. Let me take a look at this magician here. You know, maybe I could be wrong, you know? Monkeys are quick and fast and playful, but also can be dangerous. Militare, which is again like a Knight of Swords. The Casa and the Il Nemico. I don't know. Is this a guy that you're having an affair with? This is what this is saying. These two cards will show up when there's been something like a secret affair, a sexual affair. That's the rival. Yeah? And for all intents and purposes, he can indeed be a threat to your home life, your children, your position. Which may explain why we are doubting the sincerity of this person. Let me take a look at this Let me take a look at this Lovers. Then I'm going to look at this Knight of Cups. I keep coming back to these birds. This flock of birds here. Letrato. Donna de Servizio. And Alegria. Well. Kind of a neutral sentence there. Could be a male between the ages of 40 and 45. Might even be someone who is artistic. The Donna de Servizio is the lady's maid. Says that there's been a truce, that she comes to help, literally. She is the helper. But also, could be about social status or climbing because only rich ladies had ladies' maids. Here with the alegria is this idea of spending time with your family and your friends. Doesn't necessarily say that this is a close, tight knit group of people. It could just be someone in your social circle, your drinking buddies. Also, it could be this idea of meeting in places where people go to be merry. So, bars, restaurants, parties, things of that nature. I don't know if this is someone that you have just recently met. So I'm going to look at this Knight of Cups. Amalato, a sick person. Now, the La Namica. And the Doctore. That's a couple. For all intents and purposes. It's the Queen. Well, no, she's the Queen of Spades. He's the King of Wands. I don't get those three cards. I'm sorry. I don't get those three cards. The Amalato. Let me just get in here and take a quick look. The Amalato. Two spades. The Amalato. Where is what is his number? I think he's the 4. Basically, it does speak to health and well-being. Periods of feeling unwell, both physically and mentally. It also tells of being forced to interrupt your daily routine. It can herald a period of hardship and difficulty, dejection, demotivation, apathy, and depression. It represents a block and a pause and a smooth flowing in daily life. Metaphorically, though, it represents any situation that is sick. Okay? It can be an unhealthy relationship, a personal flaw, or a situation that is rife with pain, personal affront, and or corruption. It can also indicate a pathological relationship with another or something that has been spoiled. Why has it been spoiled? Here by the La Nemica. This is the known enemy. This tells you that this is somebody already that you don't know, that you know, and that the person doesn't inspire a whole bunch of trust. And trust that. But this says that this is somebody that you don't know. Okay? Now, it says that whatever this person, what they know, and maybe they know of this relationship. Okay? I don't know. But the person will use their knowledge to inflict great pain upon you. In love, it represents betrayal and someone who wants to break up a couple so that they can steal the partner. Sometimes it can even represent an obnoxious ex-wife or girlfriend, someone who will literally use the children against the other person. Okay? I don't know what this offer is. I always need to go and trust what my guides are telling me, and immediately I just didn't get a good feeling about this when I saw this Magician card here. Now, sometimes this card can represent, and this is how it's coming across, as a type of behavior or situation, a bad habit, a grudge, broken heart, something that needs to be fixed. In a romantic relationship, it indicates someone who wants to fix the other person, And this is what highlights their driving motivation for being in the relationship. Okay? Um, I really don't know what to tell you about this, but there could even be some. I'm not getting that it's a, what do you call it, a alcohol or drug abuse problem. I just think it's someone who's so caught up in their emotions that they really aren't seeing the situation clearly. And because there is this kind of nebulous, here with the hanged man, quality to it, there poses this risk of problems at the least. Um, you know, I just wish I could give you more information on that. I don't know if this is the idea that maybe there wants to be, there's a plan to have another baby come along. This just reads to me like an embryo. But, you know, anything that is about to be born can take the embryonic stage. It's the before something actually springs to life. So let's look at this with the Golden Nostradamus. Don't lose your footing if a soulmate sweeps you off their feet. I had 2 cards fall out. 3 cards fall out. The perfumes. I don't know if those are partridges or birds. And then the ivy. They literally just fell out. The perfumes. The scent of a woman is at her best when only her true nature is expressed. Careful of one or more foppish, frivolous, and superficial individuals. Neither should you be avid or flippant. Sobriety is needed in order to act correctly and not let oneself get involved with weak elements. Goes back to these drinking and this around the thing here. The birds. The damage a man thinks he has endured is actually something that brings value. You may experience a setback or suffer some damage. If you are intelligent and wise enough, you will learn an important lesson and change misfortune into good luck. Maybe that's what that is. But now we have the ivy. Nothing is sweeter, nothing surer than the comfort of pure friendship. Look around because a friend or someone you love will help you, support you, and will be faithful. You will be helped and favored by someone close to you. Quite interesting, Pisces. I tell you what, October got some stuff going on, baby. That's what I have for you. I hope those messages help because I don't know what's going on in that. Until next time, take care and namaste.